Hi everyone, I'm Stefia. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about the different materials that I use to pour paint. So this video will be meant for someone that is new, starting out, wants to try it, and I found the cheapest things that work the best, and I've got my method down pretty good. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask below, and I hope you guys enjoy and start getting your pour painting career going. It really is a soothing, therapeutic hobby to have, and it's a lot of fun. It's very messy though, so it's important to know how to prepare for that beforehand. One other good thing to know is this is my suggestion. I've seen people go against what I say and have fantastic results. The creative process is an interesting one, and this one sure comes out different for every different personality. So your pour painting will be uniquely beautiful, just like you. Alright, so the stuff I use to pour paint, I'm gonna tell you the cheapest stuff and then what else you could do too. I mix my paint with floetrol. You can get this at Home Depot, Lowe's, I think even on Amazon now. It's like 14 bucks a gallon, and I usually do maybe like 60% this and the rest paint, a couple drops of water, and maybe some silicone. The silicone I like, you can also get like Home Depot or Lowe's. I know it's very much painted on, but this is it. It's pretty cheap. It's like $5 maybe, and it lasts a while. I use obviously cups, little cups, big cups. Mix with these. Every color has its own. I have a stopper. I use this on the sides of the painting to kind of stop it from coming off. I usually have a scissors on me because it's good to stab the bottom of the cup if you do like a dirty pour, because it will kind of just flow better. I have a metallic straw. This is another good thing you can blow if there's an area you don't love. Sometimes I use this spout. It's really good for ring pours, and it can create some interesting effects. These are the paints I typically use, mostly heavy-bodied, like acrylic, and I'll do Liquitex, Blick, kind of whatever I have. And then I like the Nicole's, but I'll use whatever craft paint. You gotta be careful. You gotta make sure it's not clumpy or too old. And this one you would use a little bit more paint than you would with this, because this is heavy-bodied. So this will break down quicker and be more liquidy, while this needs to mix more. You also want to do more mixing in the cup when you use this. I would mix each cup for at least 2 minutes to start, and then you have to let them sit for about an hour. Mix it again for another minute, and do that to each cup. It's really important you let it sit, because the bubbles come up, and no one wants bubbles. At least not in their pour painting. I usually use this to film, or I have another one that's a little more elaborate, and it works just fine. This pouring medium is actually made for paint pouring, and now I've been using a little bit of this mixed in with my other recipe. It kind of makes it flow better, but you don't have to use that. This is about $25, $30, and so that's why I only use a little bit of it. And to pour in, you can use a Tupperware, a big like storage bin, or I cut boxes, and then what I'll do is put my cups down. I'll usually put 4 cups and then put the painting on it. You can throw it away after. Easy to the important thing to do about making your own boxes is you need to duct tape the sides, both inside and out. All the crevices and stuff are duct taped. And the reason for that is that it can seep out if you have too much liquid, and it's important to take the precautions so it doesn't do that, because then you get yourself in a really bad situation. So yeah, bare minimum, you're gonna want cups, something to mix your paint, floetrol, and obviously some paint, and a canvas. For canvases, I use vinyl, I use wood. Wood works best. Vinyl is nice too because it's flexible. I usually prime mine. You don't have to. It's recommended. You also should layer like a base coat down, so when you mix your paints, you'll pour it over the top, a black or white typically, and then you go into it. But you don't have to do that too, it just flows and spreads better. Something I tell everyone starting off is that you gotta be careful what colors you mix next to each other, because there's always too much green. So putting blues and yellows next to each other, if you already have greens, it's gonna be a lot of green. It's kind of overpowering. And like certain colors can make brown and they don't mix well, and it's good to know, it's good to use colors that are like very similar to each other next to each other. And you can get all crazy and mix it up a little bit, but just, I would say keep it rainbow-ish when you're pouring it for your first couple times if you want good results. But then again, like I said before, you don't have to follow what I say to a T. I've seen people get really good results. I'm going to show you guys a few different types of pour painting techniques. A lot of people use hair dryers or straws to kind of push the paint around, especially with dirty pours. So you'll see me do that in a second. Also, if this is your first time, definitely start with the dirty pour. Now my personal favorite, the Volcano Pour. In this one I do end up using a blowtorch to get some extra cells. This one's a bit more difficult if you're just starting off, but it's really fun when you get better at it. This is a tricky one. It's really easy to mess up, so just be cautious. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.